Okay, so this is a little bit late, but I do have a full season breakdown for season 34. And I just wanted to get this out there because I have all the numbers, I have all the stats already. And these guys did a really, really good job and tried really hard. And so, at the very least, I want to kind of look over that and highlight that a little bit if I can. So, same sheet as last time. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Water because he filled out a lot of this sheet. Not this part. This part's all formula that I made last time, but the war by war sheets itself. So a huge help in that. And here we go. So the people who were with us the whole season, because we had a lot of changes. Well, some changes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members. And then near the end, we had Sticky and Blaze join us. At the beginning, we had GJ2 and One Quick. GJ2 moved battle groups and One Quick left. And then we had Hazabula, who we kicked for performance reasons. And so overall, the goal is to be, I guess, green instead of red in terms of WSR. We tweaked the WSR a little bit because we found it was factoring, we being me, Cody, and Water, who are the officers of BG3, found that it was kind of weighing the amount of fights taken a little bit too much. And so tone that down a little bit, change the expected solo rates a little bit to mirror how many deaths we expected. So I don't know exactly what it was, but bosses was 1.5. I do. Bosses was 1.5. Path was shared was 1, and then path was, I want to say that's 2. So it's 2, 1, and 1.5. So there you go. Here are the values, and honestly, I would probably take most stock in these because these are the people who were with us the longest. And so our solo rate leader was Water. WSR leader was me, although that's mostly because of the amount of fights I've taken. And just overall really good seasons from a lot of different people. So, weighted solo rate by Summoner. Hazabula and One Quick were hurt for a couple reasons. Firstly, because admittedly they did not play that well. They both had pretty low solo rates. But beyond that, they did not take a lot of fights. They mostly took path fights when they did. So, here's the chart. We got lots of stuff. And Rain Man was kind of hurt in that he was backup, so every fight he took, kind of, he had to solo if he wanted to get a positive one. Your average. Here's a Blaze just under because he unfortunately died a lot at the end, but was starting really strong. So here's our stuff. Pretty basic stats. We have pod by pod. So pod 1 did really, really strong in terms of the amount of average kills or average deaths. Pod 2 did okay, and Pod 3 did okay. You'll notice that Pod 2 did absolutely phenomenal at the beginning, and Pod 1 did terribly. And then Pod 1 did amazing, and Pod 2 did terrible. Actually, to be honest, Pod 3 did bad at the beginning, too. So Pod 2 was far and away the best pod at the beginning, and at the end it was far and away the worst pod. So a little bit of inconsistency there. That is my pod. So that definitely hurts to see a little bit. But it is what it is. So overall, a pretty decent season. So here we go into the more detailed stuff. So here we have a list of every single fight that we took and the result. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's what I told you it is. So, for example, if we look at mine, this is called a slicer. We can clear all the values, and now it'll only sort by the summoner triple U. And just like that, here are my fights. Oh, that probably needs to be fixed. Let's change that to be that. Let me do that better. I think it's that one. I have no idea what I'm doing. I might have to fix that later. But is it this? Yeah, okay, it was the other one. I just didn't need to reapply it. But anyway, this is how it's done. It's basically just, okay, I need to also add these lines, but we can do that later, I guess. It shows all the fights, and if I select all again, it's the regular sheet. So for example, I can input a summoner. Here we have Sticky. I can show you it'll change if I do it. So we put Sticky in, 25 fights, 24 solos, all of them with rank 3s. We have Mojo, Warlock, Doctor Doom, and Kingpin. Actually, let me try to find a little problem with the sheet right now. I don't think Water did it. Let's try Rain Man. Okay, so you'll notice that because it only searches for the first value, it'll pop up because I'm actually searching up by the fight value, so it's a little bit iffy, but I just switch it up. So here we go. We're gonna go one by one. So here we have my war card as well. So it shows the record, the WSR, the most used champion, the battle group, obviously all that fun stuff this season. And here's my records. So I use these champions, these ranks, pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to go over that too much. Here we have Cody as well. Same deal with the card. And here are his stats. So this is path 5 primarily. Path 1. This is path 8 and 9 for water, and here are his stats. Used a lot of different champions. Here we have Joel, who did path 2 and path 3, kind of both, so interchangeably. But here are his stats as well on his main account, and then he has obviously 2 accounts. His mini account had a little bit more of a rough season, but still did pretty good. So here are his stats here. We have Rainman, who's primarily our backup, but he ran a little bit of 8 and a little bit of 6, I think 4 once. So here's Rainman over there. Here we have Hades, who ran path 7. We have, that's not what I was trying to do. We have our path 7 Savant right here with a lot of Spidey. Huss moved to path 9 this season, and also did a little bit of path 8 because Water used CG on a lot of path 9. Here we have Blaze, joined us pretty late, used Sam Wilson, and obviously a couple other people as well. Actually used Ebony Maw on a Kingpin, which was pretty fun. Then we have Mantis Sticky, or Sticky as I abbreviated him. So here we go. And overall, we had a really, really strong season. One more thing. We got Plat 1 for the very first time. And to celebrate, because this season, actually, in case none of you know, I brought in a lot of different people who were lower alliance level, but more like boss killers. So I tried to, instead of recruiting like people from Plat 1 and Masters and all the stuff that, honestly, frankly, we've had really, really low success rate with. Like, we bring in people who say they've done Masters, and they go 15-7. Okay, that's probably an exaggeration, maybe like 15-4, and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. So this season, I pushed really hard to try to get some boss killers from like Plat 4. So I brought in a Chorus and Water and Cody from a couple seasons ago, but of course this season I brought in Jelly as well. So a couple people who were more boss killers but at a lower tier, and trying to give them a chance at a higher tier. And so one of my friends, Jelly, asked for a card as well to commemorate his season and to commemorate Plat 1 for the first time. So I made this card for him as well. He did a really good job in BG1 and kind of became a pseudo officer in that he was helping plan stuff out a little bit. This one I had a lot of fun with, actually, because he said he wanted to do it with Plat 1, I took that as an inspiration. So I have this little Alliance War symbol up here and little Plat 1 insignia down there. So, yeah, a great season. He actually, unfortunately, died on the very last fight. He was 60-0, and he died on the boss, which was just soul-crushing. But here's his card as well that I made, and it kind of commemorates Plat 1 a little bit. So I guess we can get rid of this card now that we've showed it. But overall, these were the summoner performances individually, and the champion diversity and champion breakdown. And here's our overall season as well. Here's a little graphs. There's not much else to say. I think we had a really good season. I think there were a couple wars that we had that were kind of rough. We had an 8-fight war, 8-death war, which really hurt, a 7-death war, which really hurt, and then a couple 5-death wars, which I did not appreciate. But overall, we had a really strong season. Especially, there were times where we were just playing so well, and our communication and activity was all really solid. And so I had a really fun time. I am actually at this point in Salty, if you do not know that. But this was a great season for us. We finally managed to get Plat 1, which the boys in BG3 had been slaving over for quite a while. So it was a really good season, and I was really, really happy to kind of finish up with a Plat 1 finish on my way out. So, yeah, just a really good season overall. And thank you for watching. I probably won't be doing this next season now that I'm in a new alliance and not in an officer role, especially not an overbearing officer role. So, should I ever become an officer or leader of another alliance like this, I'll definitely be putting out videos like this. But for now, I don't think there are going to be any more of these coming soon. And so this is the last one. I'll probably make myself a war card, maybe a couple other people if they want it. I'm not exactly a graphic design savant, so I don't necessarily expect them to be in high demand, but I'm happy to make some if someone wants them. And other than that, I mean, this was the season. We finally got Plot 1. My rewards are up as well. If you want to take a look at those, spoiler, we kind of got roasted on the war rewards, but it is what it is. And yeah, that was season 34 at a glance. Thank you for watching.